Several years ago, I aspired to be one of those middle-aged and elderly men, younger men, and even women would look at and say something to the effect of, "I want to be fit like you when I get your age." But at this time, I was heavily involved in beer drinking. And it was because of my beer drinking that I developed a big old beer belly. And that's when I came to the realization that I would never achieve this goal if I keep drinking beer. Because truth of the matter is, no younger man or woman is going to look at me and say, "I want to look like him when I get his age with that big old beer belly." And so that's when I knew I had to make some changes within my life. Had to change the way I eat. Had to change the way I think. I had to change the way I work out. I had to change a lot of things. I had to do a lot of self-reflecting in order to get to know myself and learn to love myself in order to become my own best friend. The thing about it is, I realized that I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting older. And so, along with that fact, I figured it was only right that I not only quit drinking, but eat differently, think differently, speak differently. And this is what gets me. It really baffles me because I have family members who are in their 50s and 60s, and they started smoking and some drinking when they were in their teenage years. And now they still drink, they still smoke. And it baffles me as to how is it that you don't come to a point in your life for you to realize that you need to stop drinking, you need to stop smoking, you need to stop eating all of these processed foods. But then again, these types of individuals, they're not just in my family. A lot of you know individuals like this. In fact, you may be one. But I believe a lot of individuals know that they need to change their lifestyle for the better. But yet, they don't have the confidence within themselves to do it. So they don't take the initiative to make a lifestyle change for the better. So therefore, they become content with settling for mediocrity, settling for a lesser version of themselves, never making their health a priority. And when I say health, I don't just mean physical health. I mean spiritual, I mean emotional, mental, physical, all of the above. Because you have to have that alignment. And if you neglect either one, you will be off balance. But fact of the matter is, we don't have the same bodies that we did when we were younger, obviously. I mean, just take a look in the mirror. You have gray hairs, you have wrinkles, you gained a few pounds, and so on. But yet, so many people continue to live the same lifestyle the way they did when they were younger. And the thing about it is, living this way keeps you stuck. It keeps you stuck. You don't grow. You don't improve. You don't become better. And because you remain stuck, you start to point the finger at this person and that person, this thing and that thing, as to why your life isn't going right. The truth of the matter is, the person you should be pointing the finger at is that individual that you see looking back at you in the mirror. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to take the initiative to focus on your health. Stop neglecting your health. You're not getting any younger. You're not a spring chicken anymore. You can't do what you used to do when you were in your 20s because you're older now. Start being responsible for yourself. You have to, because if you don't, nobody else will. You have to take your health seriously. Because if you don't, otherwise, your health will take a toll eventually. I just went to the doctor yesterday to have an annual checkup, and I'm still waiting on the results, but I'm confident in knowing that everything is fine. My blood pressure was on point, my vision was on point, my weight is on point, and so on. And yeah, so it is so important to get an annual checkup. And if you have insurance, there should be no reason as to why you're not getting an annual checkup. I mean, because if you have insurance, it's free. And you know, it's a great way to go about, you know, it's early preventative care. And so, God forbid, but of course, if you have something, you want the doctor to be able to catch it early, as opposed to waiting around for something to feel wrong, for you to feel sick, and then to go. No, that's ineffective. That's not being productive. You want to do whatever you can to make sure that your health is up to par. Someone once said, it's a quote, someone once said something to the effect of, many people spend their health gaining wealth, and then have to spend their wealth to regain their health. I think that's actually verbatim. Many people spend their health to gain wealth, and then spend their wealth to regain their health. If you are focusing on working all the time and gaining money, making money your top priority, you're going to neglect your health. And you won't realize how important your health is to you until later on in life, and it takes its toll on you, and then you reflect back on it and you wish you had seized the moment to make a difference in your health. But at that point, it may, hopefully it wouldn't, but it may just be too late. That's why you want to think ahead into the future. That's why you want to make your health a priority. Stop neglecting your health, because ultimately you will regret it if you don't. As for me, I want to make sure that my health span is equal to my lifespan. So many individuals spend the latter part of their years suffering. Physically, mentally, emotionally, all because they never made their health a priority. That will not be me. I do what I have to do as far as working is concerned, but I will never, ever neglect my health, my mental, physical, and spiritual. Because I plan on having longevity in life. I plan on making sure that my health span is equal to my lifespan. That's my job. That's my duty. No one else is going to do that for me. I have to hold myself accountable by doing that. I'm going to get better and better and better at becoming a better me the older I get. And I owe this to myself. And so do you. We all owe it to ourselves to do better and be better so we can make our individual worlds better. And one of the best ways to go about doing that is by making your health a priority. Your spiritual, mental, and physical health a priority. You owe it to yourself. It's as simple as that. So take the initiative to do so now, because you'll be glad you did in the future. If you like the words that I have shared in this video, then by all means, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. God bless.